Yo, what's up guys? So in 2023, bossing mules are still the best way to get mesos in reboot, and now after the totems removal we don't really have a choice anymore. We just gotta spam bossing mules if we actually want to get a lot of mesos and progress, which is fine by me honestly, because I'd rather boss than farm, I guess. And once you have a lot of bossing mules, mesos is super easy. I'm getting like 12 bill a week, which made my main's recent progression way easier and faster. Some quick general info before we dive into the classes. A bossing mule up to CRA bosses gets around 750 mil per week from weekly bosses, and the bossing mule up to Lotus and Damien makes around 1 bill and 400 mil a week. Now Legion and Link says a lot of value here, but generally speaking I would recommend for CRA bossing mules to go for at least 12k stats, and for lomien bossing mules I personally go for at least 16k stats, because usually lower than that the runs can be a bit long, which sucks if you have a lot of bossing mules and you gotta run them all, so just keep that in mind. And one last note before we start: choose classes that you like playing, because you're going to spend time bossing on this character every week. Okay, so the first class is Hero. In Ignition update, Hero got some amazing buffs, and this class became one of the best classes in the game in all aspects: overall damage output, burst, DPS, survivability, comfy gameplay, and fun cooldowns. It's no longer a 4-minute cycle, it's only 2 minutes now, so you can burst very often, which is super important for a bossing mule. Hero is also the class with the highest final damage percent in the game. It's amazing as both bossing mule and main. And for conclusion, what makes Hero an incredibly good bossing mule is the high damage, very low cooldown iframe, and easy nodes. Now, worth mentioning, Dark Knight and Paladin would also be a very good options for the same reasons as Hero. Basically right now, all three of the Explorer Warriors are insanely good. Dual Blade. Alright, so Dual Blades are super underrated. They are the perfect bossing mules. The whole kit is perfect for low funding and low effort bossing. They have a very high base ID percent on their skills, a very good survivability options, and low cooldown iframes. Only a 90 seconds cooldown burst, which syncs up with AB Link and Last Resort, very easy nodes, and amazing low cooldown DPS skills. You can basically just focus on these 3 nodes and kinda ignore the rest if you don't have a lot of nodes. And if you're going for a dual blade, make sure to get a cooldown reduction hat. It will make the class way better and way more fun. Dual blades are also getting a really nice buff in Savior update, which will come to global Maplestory in a few months. Personally, this dual blade is my favorite bossing mule out of the ones I have. It's just super chill and comfy to play. Down Warrior. Okay, so Down Warriors got revamped in Ignition update recently, and they are just crazy now. They have one of the strongest and longest bursts. It's like 4,000 hits in 30 seconds. Insane numbers, insane damage, super easy. You just hold the key down, so it's insanely strong and easy. They have a self-bind. The nodes are also very easy. The survivability is pretty good, and the off-burst damage is amazing, which is very unique to Down Warriors, because unlike most burst classes, Down Warriors enjoys a really strong burst, yet at the same time a really strong off-burst damage as well, and I would even say it's overpowered, so it's definitely worth it. Marksman. So I wasn't a big fan of Marksman right until recently. Before Destiny update it used to be kind of a mess, but right now it's in such a good spot. Really fun to play with amazing DPS, high base crit rate, crit damage, and ID percent. A very easy V metrics and nodes. You guys just need a pair of trios and to focus on 2 of the 5th job skills. Pretty easy. You also have a built-in sharp eyes, which helps a lot because you don't need to wait for the cooldown if you die bossing without freezers. Marksman doesn't have a lot of lines, but they hit hard as fuck. It's just very simple, easy and strong. They also have a lot of mobility and survivability options like teleport, reverse dash, and this dummy thingy which takes the boss focus instead of you. So yeah, that's an easy bossing mule right here, kinda free. Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer is another great pick as a bossing mule. They have a really high base IED and damage percent on their skills. In Ignition update, they also became a 2-minute cooldown class, so it fits perfectly with their 4th job self-bind skill. The whole skill kit syncs up perfectly, and in addition to that they have a super high crit rate, so you don't need to worry about either crit rate or IED. It's just a super free bossing mule, to be honest, and if you're planning to use green potion on it, it will gigaroid up the class and turn it into overpowered. So if you're going for a Lotus and Damien Demon Slayer bossing mule, just grab a few freezers, green potion, G skills, and are good to go. Super easy, 30 minutes, 1 bill and 400 mil, easy. So yeah, Demon Slayer would also be a really good option. And the last one is Buccaneers. So Buccaneers DPS is just incredible, it's so good, super fun with tons of DPS lines. Holding Fist is only 90 seconds cooldown, which again syncs up with AB Link perfectly. The survivability options are amazing. Not a lot of iframes, but it's the most fluid class in the game, so you can dodge any boss anytime or just sit on it and DPS non-stop. Probably one of the best and strongest consistent DPSers at the moment. Pretty simple nodes, you guys can pretty much ignore Serpent Vortex because it's usable for DPS only when it's level 20 plus, so just go for Lord of the Deep as your highest priority, and then level up Holding Fist and Lightning Form simultaneously. In Savior update, Buccaneers got another 10% final damage, which is fucking insane. Buccaneer definitely didn't need it, but sure, as a Buck main I can't complain. A quick reminder, Savior update will arrive to global Maplestory in a few months. So yeah, Buccaneers another great option. Honorable mentions and final info. Now, as I said when I was talking about Hero, the other Explorer versions are just as good. Paladin and Dark Knight are both amazing, and same goes for Marksman. The other Explorer version, which is Bowmaster, can also be a really good bossing mule. These classes are in a great spot right now in all aspects. Amazing DPS, top tier survivability, comfy to play, and easy nodes. And in general, DPS classes are better as bossing mules because of the shorter cooldowns, more consistent DPS and less waiting between bosses. Burst classes shines more in late game with Oz rings and max nodes, so just keep that in mind. If a class is super good as a main in late game, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good bossing mule. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching, I hope it helped. And there's a link to my Discord channel in the description if anyone wants to join. Likes and comments are much appreciated. Thanks again and see you next time.